We now have full confirmation that Tyler Robinson was not on the roof. On the left is the photo that the FBI released showing us Tyler Robinson, and on the right is seconds after Charlie Kirk took the bullet. This is supposed to be Tyler Robinson going up the stairs, just for this to be him 5 minutes later. The top right is the person who did it, the person in the black. Tyler Robinson clearly walked in red to the campus to where he's seen right here. And then he clearly goes to Dairy Queen afterwards wearing the same red shirt and black hat. There's also plenty of photos of him wearing red after the accident. The FBI's official story is that Tyler Robinson at 8:07 went to the campus only to come back and change, then go back, where they say this is him. But there's a reason he's still claiming he's not guilty. Because the more that these photos keep coming out, more his defense is going to be smiling. He's not guilty. The truth is here. These are two different people. Do you agree with me? Comment your thoughts.
They want to tell you the medical examiner report confirms he was first hit in the C2 vertebrae right below the base of the skull. Biggest problem I see with that from the angle Tyler Robinson shoots him from is that would have hit him in the teeth or even above the teeth. There is no possible way that this round came from a 9-degree angle and a 9-degree slope and hit the C2 while not blowing through Charlie Kirk's face. It's not a thing. We also can see the C2 is not where that gunshot wound is. I can show you that right here. All right, as you can see here, yeah, he's got some tilt back now after he's been hit, but that round, sorry for my beard, that round is 2-3 inches below his chin. Okay, this round is not all the way up just underneath the base of the jaw. It's pretty far down. I would say that's closer to the C4 or the C5 to where that round, to me, looks like he got hit. So big problems right away with this medical examiner report, but let's keep looking at this. All right, so we know this is not possible. Okay, this definitely didn't happen. But if we look at the actual sort of injury to Kirk, looks like he shot closer to about right here, okay, on that left side of the neck. Now, if we look at it this way, now we can make this work for the location of the shot if it enters and hits the C5, but that's not what they're saying. They're saying it hit the C2, traveled down all his vertebrae. It doesn't work. Next thing with this, we're talking about a 30-06 round. Right now you have this 30-06 round traveling at 24 to 2,700 feet per second, or even less, doesn't even matter. Hits him, let's say, hits him in the C2, if this magic bullet that doesn't go through his face somehow. That then refracts straight down into the T1. Yeah, that's not what a 30-06 round is going to do if it hits a human neck vertebrae. We know it's going to blow right through. But even if there was some weird refraction, bullets aren't going to refract almost 90 degrees. We've talked about that, and then keep their actual velocity to be able to do that much damage. Not really a thing. Again, so with just basic middle school math, we already disproved this whole medical examiner's report, or the fact that the shot was taken from where it was taken, you know, a 9-degree slope from straight on. Charlie Kirk sitting flat, parallel chin to the ground. Not possible. It would have hit him in the teeth, not 5 inches lower than the teeth. It's not a thing. So because we know that's not possible, if we're assuming the medical examiner report is true and accurate, now we have to look at alternatives to how this could have taken place. Okay, so let's talk about a few. All right, so I've seen a bunch of different people talking about now, because of this report, this has to prove that Charlie Kirk had body armor, because again, it's an impossible shot. It's an impossible angle. It didn't hit him in the face, which, okay, that's kind of an interesting theory, but let's talk about that. All right, now we're talking about body armor, which again is going to be down here on the chest. Again, 9-degree slope. This is still where the shot came from. Here's the entrance wound. Okay, let's talk about the possibility that the bullet refracted off his body armor. First, let's also make sure that we acknowledge it's been disproven he had body armor on. And not only that, TPUSA has publicly stated he had no body armor on. So if you're going to operate under the assumption he has body armor on, you are calling TPUSA nefarious liars. I'm not prepared to do that, because why would they purposely lie about him having body armor on? That seems bizarre to me. But hypothetically, TPUSA is lying about this and he had body armor on. Let's look at it. Now, we're still talking about a 30-06 round, okay? A 30-06 round that supposedly comes down, hits him in the body armor, which, by the way, if he had body armor on so small that you couldn't see it through that tiny little shirt, it wouldn't be strong enough to stop a 30-06 round to begin with. But we're in hypothetics here. That then, okay, this almost makes me laugh doing this. That then refracts off the body armor, comes all the way up here at a 90-degree angle to hit this C2, and then re-refracts straight back down to the T1.
mass shooters there have been in America.
Relevant information related to Valhalla here. So, what are we looking at right there? Right? Take a good, hard look at that map, because that's what it is right there. Okay. Valhalla Danish House. Okay. Witness security program. And you check this out. Since 1971, more than 19,000 people, witsec plus family members. Official figures state that no participant who's followed the program rules has ever been killed as a result of their cooperation, which makes sense for witsec. Okay, so I saw that. I'm like, okay, why would Charlie Kirk need a new identity and to go to witsec? Answer would be if he is potentially testifying against a large criminal organization that he needs protection from. And here's the thing. If you're Charlie Kirk, you can't just go into witsec. You have to die, right? Like, you have to, like, you can't just be like, oh, Charlie Kirk has vanished. He's vanished, you guys. Like, if he's going into witsec, the world needs to think he's dead. That is the only way that you could pull it off. I'm just saying, if that is what happened, which I'm not saying for sure it did. However, it would answer every single question about everybody's behavior at TPUSA, which just seems so bizarre. And, but check this out, right? So that was in New Zealand, right? That's a map of New Zealand where the Valhalla place is, right? And check this out. New Zealand government and the U.S. Embassy confirmed in late July 2025 that the FBI established a, quote, dedicated law enforcement attaché office located at the U.S. Embassy in Wellington, headed by a permanent legal attaché. This is described as the FBI's first standalone office in New Zealand, replacing an arrangement where FBI personnel in Wellington reported through the legal office in Canberra, Australia. So, purpose is stated role. Officials from both countries say the office is intended to deepen cooperation in transnational organized crime, counterterrorism, cybercrime, espionage, child exploitation within the broader Five Eyes intelligence partnership. Wellington Legal Office is expected to coordinate with FBI engagement across parts of the wider Pacific region, including nearby islands, states, and Antarctica. Okay? So, I mean, I'm just saying, right? And then there is Kash Patel in New Zealand finalizing that deal. You know? I'm just saying. Just saying, if you need a why, there you go. There's your why. Now I wonder if the actual reason that Erica and Candace were going to meet in person is because Erica's like, okay, look, okay, listen, you have done such an incredible job here that we are going to have to bring you into the fold because you're killing us. You're killing us. Okay, I have a phone call for you here, Candace. It's Charlie. Can you imagine, dude? I would do obviously I'm not saying that this is like factually accurate or anything, but I was just like, can you imagine being a fly on the wall to Candace's face if that is exactly what happened? That'd be hilarious. Now, I am finishing this recording right now, and now she's about to actually go live in a few minutes. But we are going to now get into the actual nuts and bolts of this video where someone is going to try to scientifically prove that he is actually alive, and we're going to watch that right now. Thank you, guys. Right after a word from our sponsor, Prize Picks, who, by the way, is the only way that I can be monetarily compensated for this video because YouTube will not monetize it no matter what I've done. I censored every single thing out. They still demonetized it. So thank you to Prize Picks. I worked really hard on this, and I appreciate you guys, all of you guys as well. It's NFL time.